Hello everybody and welcome to this video. I haven't posted here in a long time. I haven't done a lot of stuff here in a long time because things have just been kind of crazy, and things just keep getting crazier. So I decided to come out of my little cave and give you guys a pick a card reading. I used to do these all the time. I absolutely love these and I want to really get back to making these things more of a routine kind of staple thing where people can get guidance. So if you have never seen a video of mine, hello. My name is Andrew. If you are found me through Instagram, you already know what I look like. I'm haggard today, so we are doing this. But I'm a psychic medium, tarot card reader. I teach you how to read tarot, and we just have a great time. Before I get started here, I just want to send a lot of love out to our country, the United States right now. We are going through a pretty rough time. Sorry to clear my throat. And just in case you have never interacted with me before, I fucking hate Donald Trump. I hate this whole administration. If you voted for him, you can please leave this video because I have this guidance is not for you. If you voted for him, you don't get to benefit from the guidance here, okay? That's just how it is. That's a boundary that I'm setting here, right here, right now. So this is not for you. You can go find someone else because I think he is a treasonous piece of shit. So I have been seeing firsthand through my partner's work and through my work how scared everybody is because of what this man is doing. So if you think anything that he's doing is okay, please unsubscribe, unfollow, block. I don't give a shit. Goodbye. Thank you. So welcome to this pick a card reading if you're still around. So essentially how this works, I have 3 crystals. So I have citrine, I have green aventurine, and I have pyrite. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pause this video and you're going to tune into which crystal or which pile of cards you want. So citrine, pile 1, green aventurine, pile 2, pyrite, pile 3. And you're just gonna see which one resonates with you. This is not going to be a reading for your week ahead unless you want it to be. You can ask your question. So if you really want to ask a question, you can say, what's the guidance for my week ahead, for my month, for my year, whatever the case may be, and see if that guidance fits. I always encourage you to take what resonates and leave the rest, but don't leave what's uncomfortable even if it resonates, okay? So don't leave what's uncomfortable, because if it still resonates and it's uncomfortable, then it's still meant for you. So let's get started. We are going to start with citrine. So I'm going to move this lovely pile of pyrite over here. I'm gonna move this lovely pile of green aventurine over here. The decks that I'm working with today are the Catacorn Tarot by Pamela Chen, who I freaking adore and love. I also chose decks that are really feel good because that's what we all need. One of my all-time favorite decks, the Healing Waters Oracle by Rebecca Campbell. This deck is just absolutely phenomenal. And then one of my newer decks, the Angelic Activations Oracle by Kyle Gray. So I'm using all 3 of these. We need angels, healing waters, and kitty cats to get us through this goddamn bullshit. So let's see what we have got. Yep, that checks out. Oh my gosh, okay. So my citrine people, this is a very, very interesting set of cards for you. So the thing about the Angelic Activation Oracle is we actually have our message on the back. So if I can actually pick the card up, there we go. Oh. Okay, so like I said earlier, didn't even realize these were the cards. It might get a little heavy. So for citrine people, you have the 9 of Swords, you have the Let It Go card, and then you have the Dominions card. Now, the 9 of Swords is all about fear anxiety, worry, things that keep you up at night. It's also a card of worst case scenario kind of thinking, right? So, which kind of fits with the collective right now. But in all seriousness, this card is about things that are scaring you. It's about things that are keeping you up. It's about things that are stressing you out. And there's an element of the Nine of Swords where you have to realize what you're putting into it, and then versus like basically what you can control versus what you can't, right? So the energy that you're putting into it versus the energy that is around you, right? And we can really only change the energy within ourselves. But what this particular card is saying is it's time for you to face those fears. And it's time for you to face those shadows. So for the Healing Waters card, we have Let It Go, and it says release the past, forgive, soften, move forward. And what I love about this card is the person on the card is literally just sitting there, arms wide open, water all around. Like there's such powerful energy around this person, and they are just allowing it to happen. Like if the wave crashes, it crashes, right? But they're in this space of radical allowance. And when you pair that with the Dominions card, which says to face your own shadow, this says, in order to contribute healing to the world and dispel the energy of darkness, you have to face the shadows of your own soul. It's not that they are bad, more that there are parts of your most authentic self and story that you are avoiding. And this will only hold you back from healing and growth. Face all parts of yourself now. And the activation statement is, I am willing to light up all parts of myself. So there really is this energy here of letting go of things that you've been holding on to that are causing you to be inauthentic, or that are causing you to, but things that you've been denying about yourself, right? This card literally says, like, things that you are not realizing or not actively working towards the authentic parts of yourself, of your story, right? Don't avoid anymore. Like if you're being called to do something, now is the time to do it, right? Because the world needs as much light as it can get. So for my citrine people, citrine is a very light colored stone. It's a very happy and jubilant stone. And the message here is those things that are keeping you stuck that you do have control over, right? Maybe that little bit of guidance that you have been looking at trying to like action, right? Maybe it's to take a course, or maybe it's to read a book, maybe it's to write a book, maybe it's to start a blog, maybe it's to whatever the case, whatever you think it might be. Something that is like obscenely going to be healing to you, like obscenely healing. Now's the time to let that happen. But you have to forgive yourself for all of the maybe like seeming mistakes that you have made, because you don't need to carry those with you. You don't need, it's time for you right now to say, am I going to keep letting myself be anchored to like these anvils and cinder blocks of the past? Or am I going to say, hey, I choose to move forward from a space of captivity, from a space of like stagnancy to a place of freedom. And that does cause some anxiety, and that does cause some worry. But your baby step, based on these three cards, is to find something that you have been wanting to do, that you've been maybe too nervous to do, or something that you feel like you would be really good at or really excited, or maybe even it's something that you're willing to let go of. Maybe it's a habit you're willing to let go of, that you need to let go of, right? Maybe it's a habit you're willing to let go of. So maybe look at things that are needing to go in your life. Check in with yourself and the guidance that you've received, and either let that thing go or call that something in. Because truth be told, when you call something in, you're also letting go of something, and that's the fear of doing it. Okay? So that was your citrine reading. And if you would like a more personalized reading, you can book that in the description of this video. And I would be more than happy to talk you through anything that you need. So we are going to go with Green Aventurine now. I also love this Madame Leota cloth that I got years ago from Disney. Before, they had a little shop outside the Haunted Mansion. And I was like, I fell in love with this. It's just hard to pick cards up off of. Okay, oh, that's cute. Oh, I love this. Okay. So, my Green Aventurine people. I absolutely am in love with this reading. So you have the World card, and the World card is also a ball of yarn, if you look at it, which is like really fucking cute. Like, look at this. Look at it. Look at the little toe beans. Um, the world is all about completions. It is all about wrapping shit up. We are in a 9-year and we are wrapping it up. Like, we are getting rid of things. We are completing things. We are advancing in our spiritual path. We are not letting things hold us back anymore. With the Healing Waters Oracle, we have the Pearl card. And the Pearl says the alchemy, the reward at the end, from grit to grace. I do feel like my green adventuring people are going to be catching a break. So whatever you asked about, maybe you were just open to the message. A break is coming. A breather is coming. Like, especially from grit to grace, like, you've been going through it. My green adventuring people, I feel like the universe's foot has just been on your neck and you have just been like, oh my fucking God, can I get a goddamn break? And the universe is saying, yes, you can. And how does this break occur? Well, from the Angelic Activations Oracle, we have the virtues. And it says, do the right thing. Be virtuous in your choices and actions. There's an opportunity for you to take the higher ground that would bring the end to a conflict or disagreement. Do what you know needs to be done to bring resolution and healing. If you need to admit that you are wrong, it may not be easy, but by doing so, you will remind those around you how much you care. And this will guide everyone back to a state of harmony. The activation here is I choose to bring peace to every conflict. Now, I do love this card. I think all of these cards together are saying that there's only so much that we can say we don't have control over. Kind of like if you were a citrine person, there's only so much that we don't have control over. The Pearl here is saying there's a reward at the end. You've been going through this process of like alchemizing the things that have been really tough, right? Alchemizing the things that have been really tough for you and seeing the reward. That reward is a lot closer than you think. Your ball of yarn is a lot closer than you think. But what you have to remember here is your grounded action is to your baby step, is to do the right thing, is to start rectifying situations in your life where maybe you've been wrong or maybe you have been not acting in a way that is like reflective of your higher self. And this is also like, if you've been holding back how you feel about people and how they've been treating you, doing the right thing also is encouraging you to like not just keep that with you and not just to mull on it and actually talk about it and bring that to light. You're in a space of like dramatic like shedding and transformation right now. So you need to really know that like everything that you've been going through, like you are at the tail end of it. You really just have to make sure that you are showing up for yourself and realizing that your reward is a lot closer than you think, but you have to start inching forward and like making peace with different relationships and people, places, things, nouns, you know, in your life. That is what the biggest piece of guidance is for you, because you're on the tail end of things, but you have to clean up some of your relationships in order to really experience that. So, and let me know in the comments if any of these resonated with you, like how you feel about it. All right, last but not least, we have the Pyrite people. Pyrite people. What was also really funny is the Angelic Activation Oracle, they don't have like a card back, so I was shuffling them, like looking away. I was like, I don't want to see what it is. Ooh, okay. So let's see, this is, Archangel Raziel. So this is a very interesting little combination for my Pyrite people. So the Ace of Swords is all about like embracing new mindsets, new thought patterns, new ideas, receiving new ideas from the universe, or thinking of new ways of like going about doing things like manifesting, or thinking of new ways to like enhance your life around you, right? So the Stagnant Waters card came up, and this is a card that talks about feeling stuck, a call for shifts, flow, and change. So I feel like for my Pyrite people, maybe you've been feeling a little stuck, like you've been feeling like you're not living up to your highest potential, or you feel like you keep hitting like brick walls, like whether it's writer's block, or like something like you feel like your creativity's blocked, or you feel like you're just like creatively blocked and not getting and not like receiving any like information or receiving any guidance like you used to receive, right? Like things just aren't working or moving the way that you feel like they should. It's just literally like stagnant waters, right? Like it is waters with like nowhere to go. Like it is just like a puddle of water. It's not going anywhere. It's just sitting there and there's nothing that's really going on with it, right? So when things feel like that, it's a call for you to shift, and it's a call for you to change something and to find that place of flow. So if where you are at has not been working, you have been receiving some like little nudges about what to do. You've been receiving some little nudges about actions to take. And that is where you need to lean in, because you haven't been listening to those like you should. I think maybe it's not that you haven't been listening. I feel like a lot of you have been second guessing what you feel like you were supposed to do, because it might not make sense here in the physical world. So for Archangel Raziel, this card says, go beneath the surface. This says you have learned so much about yourself and the world, and are now recognizing all of the great lessons of your experiences and challenges. Continue on this pathway. Even though you have come this far, there is much more for you to learn and uncover. Don't take things at face value. Do more research. Spend time in contemplation. Go deeper than you think is even possible. This activation says, I am willing to do the deeper work. The reason why you feel like you are stagnant and why things aren't moving is because the work has been shallow. I'm not saying you're shallow, but I'm saying there needs to be a call for like a shift and a change in your spiritual path, right? If you're watching this and maybe you don't have that much of a spiritual path, maybe you're like, I'm just like here vibing. I didn't even know what the fuck this video is. This is a call for you to start experiencing a spiritual path, for you to start finding things to do that resonate with who you are, not doing something because someone tells you to. So what I love about the Ace of Swords is this card is literally saying there are so many new possibilities in front of you that you really just kind of have to like hone in on one and go for it. Because right now, what I feel like what's coming to me is like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, right? But like it's not this severe. But if you're feeling stuck and if you feel like there's nowhere to go, like if you keep doing what you've been doing and it hasn't been working, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. So you're being called to really like look at what's been surface level. Like if you are on a spiritual path and you have been on a spiritual path for a while, look at what spiritual practices you've been doing that are really rewarding. Look at the ones you're doing because you feel like you have to do them, right? Look at something that you're willing to let go of to incorporate something new. Because right now there's such a call for you to go deeper and have a deeper relationship with your higher self, with your guides, with your spiritual team. If you want to know who your spiritual team is, I do have a reading that will tell you who is on your spiritual team. You can book that in the description down below. But that's where the power lies, is really making sure that you are aware of your support system and that you call on your support system to get you where you need to go, to help give you that guidance and get you to that place that you feel like you are, like where you're actually growing. Because the time for stagnancy is over. We're not doing that anymore. Okay? So, I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can do so down at the, like I said, the link in the description. You can like this video, you can comment, you can share, you can do whatever you want to do. I would love all of it. It would mean a lot. But I hope that it resonated with you. I hope that you feel like you got something out of this. I would love for you to leave a comment and let me know. And if you have any questions about booking a reading or what reading might be right for you, please feel free to reach out to me and I can help you out with that. All right. Remember, resist, resist, resist. We have got this. We will make it through this, hopefully. And I love all of you, and I'm sending you so much love.